Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you how to make this earring, which combines black and gold, two colors that look great together. We're doing a little bit of wire wrapping around a Czech glass tooth bead, hanging it from a 12mm Czech glass bead, and then hanging both of those from a hoop earring. So, fun project, actually very easy to do, and what's nice is you're going to get enough ingredients when you buy your supplies at Beadaholique to make multiple pairs of this earring. So what you're going to need supply-wise is some 24 gauge gold colored wire, these beadable earring hoops, and you'll see they're beadable because they have, ta-da, one straight end, which we're actually going to end up curving up at the end to finish the earring, but in the meantime you could hang beads on these, which is really fun. You're going to need some 12mm jet Czech fire polish beads, and also some Czech tooth beads. For the tools, a chain nose plier, a cutter, and either a round nose plier or I love wire looping pliers, which have a round nose and a concave nose, and they do actually half the work for you, which I adore. So very easy to do. Let's start by wrapping our tooth bead. So the tooth bead gets its name because it is shaped like a tooth, and it has a hole which is drilled through it this way, so it's side drilled. Now we're going to cut a length of wire, and we're going to be doing a messy wrap, so we don't have to be too precise on how much wire we cut. So I'm going to do about 10 inches, and I'm going to put the wire through that hole, so now you can really see the hole orientation. I'm going to slide it down a couple inches, curve up the wire, and I'm going to twist. So right up at the top, I'm twisting. Okay, so I've got one wire now standing upright and one off to the side. I'm going to take my wire looping pliers, squeeze that straight wire, so now it's half bent for me already. Curve it around, rotate the pliers upwards, so now I'm holding it. And finish making that loop. I'm going to take this wire and just wrap it around a couple times to secure it. And then I'm going to trim it off and just press in that tail. Now I'm going to grab that loop with my chain nose, and I'm going to just make sure it's facing forward. And now I'm going to just use my hands to make a messy wrap. Now I particularly love messy wraps. So sometimes it coils nice and neat on its own, but I actually want to make it messy because I think for this tooth bead, it actually looks really cool if it's not perfect, if there are bits of the wire going here, there, and everywhere. So some people refer to this as bird's nest wire wrapping. I've heard it called that. I've heard it called a bunch of different things. But when you're happy with it, and remember, wire you can manipulate, so if something's sticking up a way you don't like it, just press it down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, trim off my tail, and just make sure that that is tucked in because I don't want that poking me. I'm just using my fingers. 24 gauge wire is really easy to just manipulate with your hands. Okay, so there we go. Got that nice, actually that's poking out a little bit more than I would like. There we go. There, now it's nice and flush. So now we're going to go ahead and make our connector link, which is this fire polish bead. Again, we're going to take some of the wire, and I'm just going to do about 8 inches this time. And I'm going to start by creating a wrapped wire loop at the base. Again, I want one stem to stick up and one to wrap around. Now with this particular project, I don't want to connect my two pieces, my tooth bead and my Czech glass bead, with a jump ring. I just want it to hang on it. So before I do my wrappings, I'm going to take the tooth bead I just wire wrapped, and hang it onto that loop. Now I'm going to grip the loop with my pliers, take the end that was off to the side, just make a nice little wrap, trim it, slide on my bead. So here we go, this is what we've got so far. Now I'm going to create a wrapped wire loop at the top, so right above the bead. Go ahead and press with your wire looping pliers, or if you're using round nose, just go ahead and make a wrapped wire loop with your round nose pliers. Now you'll notice in the example I did a little bit of extra wrapping, and I'm going to do that on this one too to make sure it matches. And I'm still holding the top loop. Now you can do this one really messy, you can do it neat and tidy, whatever you like. I love doing these tutorials, but always remember there's more than one way to do something, and if inspiration takes you in a different direction, go for it. Have fun. That's the whole point. Just going to tuck in that tail. Okay, so now we've got our beadable earring hoop. And what's nice is we can just go ahead, slide on this, like so. Now we need to finish it, because right now there's no way of actually securing it behind your ear. And to finish it, all you need to do is take your chain nose pliers, grip the tip, bend it up ever so slightly. It'll still comfortably go through the ear. And then on the other side, there's a little loop. And there you go. Now it will stay secure on your ear. And just like that, we made a pair of really fun, very fashionable tooth bead earrings in black and gold. And like I mentioned before, by purchasing your supplies at Beadaholique, you get multiples of all these different beads when you purchase them. So you'll be able to make more than one pair of these and be able to give them as gifts or do whatever you might want to do with them. So you can find all the supplies and more tutorials like these at Beadaholique.com.